She was there and she just, I think, has left it. She was there till now. I just spoke, I just said hello to her, and I think she left. Supriya ma'am, she's joining. I'm taking her.
Okay, I'm here.
Yeah, she's joining. She's getting.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me
Yeah.
now?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I hope it will work now. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, Dr. Mansi. This is Supriya Patil. I'm the head department of commerce here.
Hello.
Hello everyone. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes.
Ritu, you're audible.
Okay.
I think madam's this has got, yeah, no, it's okay.
Yeah. Just go ahead.
Yeah. Can we wait
Yeah.
for 5 more minutes and then we'll begin?
Sure.
What?
All right.
Actually, lots of disturbance is coming. I don't know. Can you hear me properly and the speed and everything is fine?
Yes.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think we can
Yes,
hear you.
properly.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Do you have any PowerPoint to display, or are you just going to
Yeah,
speak?
I have PowerPoint
Why
actually.
don't you just try the PowerPoint? You just
That's what I was trying earlier and it went just, the connection.
give a try. We still have time. You just give a
Yeah,
try.
okay. I will just do it with open share tray, I guess. Yeah.
Go to the top just like next to the leave button. You have the share icon, arrow going upwards.
Uh, okay, I will just try from this. I can see some open share tray. So I will
Okay,
try like this.
right. Okay.
Actually, I'm used to this Zoom links and all. So I'm using this Teams first time. Usually we do our counselings through that.
Okay. Ma'am, can I just help you?
Yeah,
Uh,
sure.
can I just, see, on the topmost, you have this icon with people. Then can you see it on your screen?
Show participants I can see.
Yeah, then you go ahead, keep going and go to the mic. You have video,
Yeah,
audio.
yeah.
Mic ke baju you have a button, which is an arrow upwards, share content.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I'm trying that open share tray. This is what,
Click on that.
yeah,
Maybe just go back, click on that once.
I clicked it. Yeah,
Okay, then you actually find your desktop icon. The first icon, click on that desktop.
correct. I did that.
Then you just, once you do it, actually, it gets highlighted. Your whole screen gets highlighted with the red one. Did that happen?
No, it's not happening. That's what I'm exploring
Okay,
it.
ma'am, you can do one thing. Can
Huh,
you send me the mail so that I'll just share the
perfect.
thing?
Yeah,
Huh?
I
So
did. I did.
I'll just send you. Should I say it orally, or should I just send a
Yeah,
message?
just give me a minute. Let me just go back to my email first. Okay, you can. I will. I just. I'm in my compose button. So just tell me your email.
G
G.
G for grapes.
Yeah.
S for snake.
Uh-huh.
Y for yachet.
Okay.
A for apple.
Uh-huh.
M for monkey.
Uh-huh.
A for apple.
Uh-huh.
L for lion.
Okay.
A for apple.
Okay.
SYAMALA.
Okay. SYAMALA. That's right.
Yes, 27
Okay, 27.
at gmail.com.
Perfect. I will share you the slides.
Yes. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, just one little thing. If you can make Dr. Mansi the presenter, maybe then she'll be able to
She is
present
the
it.
she is the presenter. I have not made any corrections anywhere. I have not made
No, ma'am,
any.
she has logged in with the guest account. She has logged in with the guest account, so that's why I'm saying maybe that's the problem.
Anyways, but I am sharing now it with madam, so I
Huh.
think it will work. You know. Let me just. Okay. Okay, you must be getting it, or maybe yeah. I received the message. Message has been sent to your account.
Uh-huh. Has been sent.
Yeah,
SIN.
yeah.
Okay. 1 second. Let me just check.
So how many students they are expecting?
Ma'am, around 30, 35.
Perfect. Okay. And they are all studying in which like year? FY
MCOM.
S1?
MCOM, ma'am. They're all
Acha,
MCOM
post-grad,
students.
post-grad. Okay. Okay. Did you receive it?
No, ma'am, not yet. I've refreshed it also. I've not got it.
Let me check with my inbox.
Ma'am, try sharing again.
Address not found. How come? Just give me a minute.
Yeah.
I
Ma'am,
think
you can send a reply on the mails that you've
exactly,
received.
exactly. That's what I was going to do because I can see her email in that link. Okay, I'm just replying back. Yeah, I received message sent.
Okay, let me just check. Why isn't that I'm getting it? Okay. 1 second.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
uh, we have received it.
perfect. Okay.
Ma'am, can you see it?
I can't see it.
No. Samla ma'am, can you see it?
No, I'm not able to. The
Hold
mail
on,
is.
hold
But
on.
one.
Let me see if I can share it.
If you can do it because I want the other one. Somehow the mail isn't giving me the. I've done it again, refreshed it also. Yeah, you see if you can share it. I'm taking it from this. Mhm.
Anyways, otherwise I can start like that also, but it will be good if they can see, parallelly.
No, ma'am, the mail hasn't reached me. I want the other one also.
SP, you have received it, right? Because I
Yeah,
also
yeah.
can.
I think ma'am was hasn't because we have received on our department
Uh,
ID. Hold
which
on, hold on.
ID?
Okay.
That's all. Which ID is it? The Commerce Desk PUK
Yeah,
ID.
yeah,
Yes,
the invitation
yes.
that you sent
I'm
me.
checking mine because I gave her D ka thing, na. I was checking my email. Okay, Commerce ka. I'll just take that.
Uh, yeah, just hold on. I think it's happening.
Yes, it
It
has
will
come.
come.
Ma'am, there are
It
two
has
things.
come.
Is it Smart Studies or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, yeah.
Ma'am, one second. I'll just take it in my pen drive, put it on this phone so that it will be easy.
Uh, can anybody see my screen sharing?
Yes, yes. It is visible, Ritu.
Is it visible? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Shall we begin?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we should.
You got it?
No,
You got the thing? It could be seen, yeah? I think I am not able to. Okay.
I'm not able to see it actually. The presentation, I am not able to see.
Mansi madam, they have not shared the presentation yet. It is just she has shared her screen. So you probably will
Oh,
see your own picture on
yeah,
the screen
yeah,
right now.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
all. Ritu,
And
I
I'll
think we
send
should begin. Let
Yeah,
by the
yeah.
time ma'am sets it up, I think
yeah.
we should
I will
begin.
send the present. I will on the presentation in the meantime.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. All right. So, to start with, sorry for the technical issue. Um, Good morning, everyone. Respected guest speaker, Dr. Mansi Deshmukh, Professor and Head, Dr. Supriya Patil, all faculty members, Department of Commerce, Savitribai Phule, Pune University, and dear students. I am Ritu Chabra. I welcome you to today's session of our webinar series, Sanjeevayati, the Rejuvenation. In the face of the global COVID 19 pandemic, both students and teachers have confronted unprecedented challenge with quick shift to online format and adjusting ourselves to various online platforms for teaching learning purpose. It was quite a bit of a challenge for both teachers and students to connect with it. And in fact, we coped up very well with the changing scenario. The pandemic itself has caused much worry, stress, and grief. And to add to that, as time passed, the learning process started to lose personal touch and interaction, and online learning teaching became a very redundant activity that created fatigue among students and teachers. So such stress can also cause mental health challenges for anyone and can cause acute symptoms to appear for people may may experience pre-existing mental health challenges. I believe need of the hour is that we start to discuss such issues and challenges openly. Hence, today we are here to gain some knowledge and spread awareness about relevance of mental health with our session Mind Gym. I would now like to introduce our guest speaker. Dr. Mansi Deshmukh is a practicing clinical psychologist and director at Mind Trail Intellectual Solutions Private Limited, Pune. She has received her PhD in clinical psychology from University of Pune. Her PhD topic was related to behavioral and emotional problems of children with learning difficulties. Ma'am has master's degree in applied clinical psychology from University of Mumbai. Dr. Manasi is licensed cognitive memory enhancement professional. Apart from clinical practice and counseling, she is teaching psychology to postgraduates and giving guidance for internships. Ma'am has won the gold medal for her research paper titled Vocabulary Building and Marathi Valgite Research. I sincerely appreciate your presence in today's session. I hope your thoughts and experience will help and give clarity to our students. To begin with, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Supriya Patil, Head Department of Commerce, to welcome our speaker and say a few words.
Thank you, Ritu. Good morning. Good morning to our esteemed guest, Dr. Mansi Deshmukh, to my fellow colleagues, Dr. Shamla, Mr. Baisani, and Ms. Ritu, and all dear students. Ritu has already given us a very wonderful foundation as to why we are truly looking forward to a talk from an expert like yourself. Now, the buzzing world we had, activity and movement, suddenly was locked down. And initially it was fun. We really enjoyed staying at home. We didn't have to rush to school, to college, to office. And it was like a nice vacation which was due for a very long time. So maybe, first 15 days, 1 month, 2 month was enjoyable. Subsequently, we realized that life is not getting back to normal. So education, things started back. We started doing things, adjusting, and I think we did a good job. And just like Ritu mentioned, now we have been doing this for more than 1.5 years. We are very well connected with each other. Day and night, we are on some or the other device. We are connected with everybody across the world, no matter where your friends or family lives. We are, even attending weddings online these days. But what has happened is we have started feeling a sense of loss, the loss of a society around us. And even when things have started opening up now, as they say, begin again, and all those new terminologies that we have learned, we feel somehow scared. There is a sort of underlying tension. We are studying, but we don't know what the future is going to be. And unfortunately, this sometimes, when students are here in the classroom, we are here to talk to them one to one. We know them as very well. Now in this virtual world, it's becoming difficult. It's difficult to know them, to understand their problems virtually. And when you open the net, you search something, there are so many solutions. कोई कहता है योगा करो, कोई कहता है बैठ के सांस लो, tai chi करो, ये करो. There are do exercises, think positive. But as a student, there are different kind of anxieties. Relationship anxieties are there. Studies ka anxieties hai, future ka anxiety hai. Staying with home with our family itself sometimes becomes a stress point. You need a break, but you don't get that break. You don't get to do what you used to do. And therefore, we decided that we need to start talking to people, or at least get an expert on board who will tell us, as teachers, as students, what do we need to do. So I welcome you, ma'am, to this session of ours. We have named it Sanjeevati with a purpose, because after the lockdown, we started our seminar series and we needed that rejuvenation to come back to life and get the thing going. And that's the purpose of our seminar series, Sanjeevati. Another thing, you're from Pune, so I'm sure you have visited the campus at some point.
Yeah,
We are so next time you visit, please do come to meet us,
in
in
person.
person. It will be wonderful to see you. And we also pray and hope that we are able to welcome our students on campus very soon, so that there is more of real interaction rather than virtual one. So without saying anything more, I would like to hand it over to Ritu again. Ritu, thank you so much. And on behalf of the Department of Commerce of Savitribai Phule Pune University, I once again welcome all of you to this session. Please be benefited. Please learn. That is what we want to do. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I would request Dr. Manasi to please begin with the session.
Yeah, ma'am,
Okay.
just let me share and give a try before you start.
Yes, sure. Meanwhile, I will just thank from my side to invite me on this platform, and really a very, very useful and the needed activity that you are actually doing through this series. So I really welcome this initiative, and you should continue such kind of awareness programs, because really we sit in our OPD and we do our practice on a daily basis, and we overcome such issues. It's not kind of a stories that we create, but we really see the lives of students, parents, teachers. They are all coming from the same kind of stress, I would say. Initially, I don't like to call it as a stress, but when you listen to the symptoms and their sufferings and all, then definitely as a clinician we conduct so many psychological assessments, personality assessments, and then we come to know that no, it's not just kind of a change, but that this change is creating the changes in terms of their health, physiology, as well as anatomical things and mental life. So definitely, so I appreciate your such efforts, so that we, if yeah, I can see the screen. If we can prevent something, then it's better. So prevention is better than cure. I believe in this, and with the hope of that, what today's topic I actually would like to share with the students in terms of the basic concepts of related to psychology, mind, and how we can implement this mind gym in our day-to-day practices, so that students will start studying smartly. Because whatever the situation is, online teaching, online learning, online grasping, everything is online. But still, if we can just prepare ourselves better, scientifically equipped, if we ourselves accommodate us better with this online routine, then it will be more and more effective for all of us, and our mental health or stress also can reduce. So we'll just brainstorm on few things related to this. So I welcome all of the students who are attending basically for this Mind Gym for Smart Studies presentation, and I will start with the talk. Okay, can you just move on to the slide, next slide? Okay, so I would like to begin this with exactly where is mind, or where is our mind located. So I know it's a very, very complex question, but to simplify it, I would say that our mind is nothing but it's made up of trillions of nerve cells in the brain, and so the basic center of our mind is in the brain. And what are the main functions of our mind then? When we call ki, the mind is situated in brain, and we know ki brain is a very, very important organ, or it's a body part which is responsible for each and every coordination, right from taking breaths and right from doing each and every activity. So our mind's main functions, especially considering this teaching, learning kind of things, thinking, feeling, and behavior, are three major functions that our mind continuously undergoes. So we perceive something from the environment, we immediately start thinking about it, we correlate it, what exactly that teacher is explaining. So we try to relate it with your earlier experiences, our earlier our earlier knowledge that we actually has about that subject, and then we start feeling about it, so emotion, and accordingly we act. So mind is located in the brain, and it has three major functions: thinking, feeling, and thinking and feeling together decides our actions or behavior. So now why I'm again and again, going to this triangle. So this thought, emotions, and behavior, if you can see, it's a triangle, and each and every one is interdependent on each other. So the way in which we think, we are going to feel exactly the same way, or vice versa. And this thinking and feeling together is going to decide our action in terms of our performance, or in terms of our day-to-day attending lectures and all, you can say. Can we move on to the next slide, please?
Yeah,
Okay.
give me a minute,
Yeah,
please.
yeah, sure. What I will do, I will simultaneously try to open it up from my screen so that my talk should not get interrupted. Okay. You can keep it like this if everyone is able to see this. So
Okay.
as I already discussed, the major function is perception. And when we say perception, our all senses, five senses gets involved into the process of perceiving something, perceiving knowledge, perceiving what teacher is explaining to us. So perception, we need to sharpen all these functions basically on day-to-day life. Everyone, means you go online, offline, it's not kind of the thing, but this is what our mind is, and these are the mind functions. So belief formation, see, on the basis of something we decide ki whether I can able to do this or not, what is right and what is wrong. So that kind of ethics, values, moral, and all these things based on what we are perceiving and how are we interpreting it. So the next thing the in the mind functions is thinking, or we, as a psychologist, we call it as a self talk. Because what happens whenever some kind of explanation is coming from teacher related to xyz topic, each and every student definitely is going to react differently to that thing. It depends on that a person's personality, person's attention span, memory, grasping span, and that differs because we all know that there are individual differences, and that's why the competition is there, or that kind of marks oriented. We can see mark difference in terms of achieving marks and performance and everything. But again, coming back to the point, what we need to sharpen over here is our thinking and self talk and interpretation tag. Then, as I said, feelings, decision making, judgment, logical thinking, memory, and actions. Now, if you just take 1 minute and you just go through all these words, you will realize the importance of all these words in your studies. That's why I had given the name, it's mind gym for smart studies. Because when we say that, I want to concentrate, I want to go ahead, I want to score well, what we need all these things. This is the toolbox, but all these things are happening inside your brain. And as I said, it's a mind functions, because our mind is operated, or it's getting operated in the brain by all low functions. We can go to the next slide, please. So now when all these functions are synchronizing, I mean they are in the balance format, then we don't perceive any kind of stress, or we can say that it's a normal for me. I can adapt with that easily. Possibly my attention span, my memory, my perception, everything is operating at a very, very, what we can say, higher level. But when the person starts noticing that ki, no, this is kind of the thing or this topic or particular subject, and especially this online kind of grasping the things is becoming difficult for me, then what happens, that person or that student starts accumulating stressful thoughts inside his or her mind. I mean, that student's body starts reacting to physically, mentally, or emotional, that pressure, continuous pressure that students can starts accumulating. It's a gradual accumulation. And then usual response, either, again there are individual differences. Few students will say that, I can fight. Yeah, it's new and I will need some more time to get adjusted with this online platform. So I know I will fight. I will find out my own defense mechanisms to cope up with day-to-day things. Then some students will say, no, I can't concentrate, I will flight. Or some students may sit passively, and how much they are grasping, and that we really don't know, but they can freeze themselves. So these are the three basic stress reactions that we as a psychologist experience with students or any individual for that matter. So whenever you experience some kind of challenge or bit kind of difficulty, which is, asking you to come out of your comfort zone, then usually our body reacts with these three responses. Now, I have made over here the table. When we can call it's a distress, and because stress again can get classified into two things. Stress can be distressful, that's a negative, and it can be eustress, it can be positive also. Because sometimes, if you ask me, I can give you an example over here. See, when I know that my exams are approaching in the next week, and if I just sit quietly, and मैंने कुछ भी नहीं किया, तो what will happen? Definitely, I will not be able to build up the eustress. Eustress means positive stress. Over here, I will start if I'm just sitting, doing nothing, and I'm just thinking, exams, but I have not started taking the right actions for it. Then possibly what will happen? I will start getting that fearfulness and some kind of inhibitions, all these feelings in my mind. But that will lead to distress. So what will not lead to distress and what is eustress or positive stress is, in this situation only, if as a student I prepare myself with, okay, my exams are approaching in the next week, I know that, and I can do the planning for it. So I can take small action steps to cover up the portion for the test. Now what exactly this, the same person can think in these two, on these two tracks. So distress track or eustress track, that positive stress track, that we need to decide it. Now what happens with the emotions? Let's just have a look. In a distress column, you will see emotion, it's anxiety. Again, it's a negative emotion. And what happens in anxiety is the major thing. We start losing our coping abilities because we start perceiving that the future will be negativistic only. So whatever it is, my exams are there and I have not prepared, so I will not prepare. And the future, definitely the end results will be negative. That's why it's anxiety. But what happens in eustress column C with that same emotion? If I prepare myself with growth mindset and a bit of confidence with realistic goal setting, then what will happen over here? I will say that, okay, my 30% preparation has been done so far. I have to score 30%, another 30%. For that, I have to devote my time. So accordingly, I will start, time management, and I will start giving my time for preparing that subject rather than just thinking about it. So over here, I am taking some kind of positive actions which are giving me some kind of excitement. Again, it's a motivational feeling. It's a positive feeling. Then perception, obviously, with the earlier track, what happened in distress is a negative, versus in eustress, it's positive. Productivity, if you ask me, with the stress model, it usually procrastination. आज नहीं कल करते हैं, कल नहीं परसों करते हैं. Such kind of procrastination and pushing. And then what happens in that ki, whatever the portion we wanted to cover, वो तो होता ही नहीं है. And we end up with stacking and all that things. But versus if you or we try to put ourselves on this eustress and positive stress ka channel, then what happens? We possibly feel motivated because we know that ki, Arey, nahi, I at least tried to cover up this much as per my timetable. So setting timetable, setting realistic goals, all these things definitely matters. Now, performance, if you see now in distress, what happens? Obviously it declines because we don't do any productive actions. But over here, with small steps, at least, our performance, we can see, we can assess our performance on a daily basis, and then we feel enhanced and we feel recharged for this. So all these things are eustress kind of a track we want to develop in our life. If you practice it on a daily basis, then you will see significant changes. Now, how to practice this? This is the gym activity. So what to practice exactly? What kind of self-talk needs, as a student, you should actually practice, and what kind of self-talk you should avoid. This is what the training that we give in our day-to-day cases for the students. Because ultimately it's a mindset. It how we look at the things, right? So we definitely need the positive or growth mindset, and how to practice that growth mindset. It's a practice, again, it's skill. We need to develop this. It's not like that ki every one of you will feel, in a same kind of shape. Everyone's feeling is going to be different, but you need to first assess your feeling. Oh, am I feeling negative over here? Okay, then this is the, red flag. I should not, duration wise, I should be able to taper down my negative thinking first. So this awareness, at least, if you can get, then it's a very good sign. It means that this is the first step that you are taking to work on your, mental makeup, I would say. Can we proceed to the next slide? Yeah. Okay. Now we all know ki we madam started only the introduction and everything with this kids pandemic online studies, and everyone has bored with this, and some kind of stress possibly we are also experiencing in our day to day life, because we were not used to this earlier, and it is kind of a sudden change. So what to do exactly, how to break this boredom, that possibly someone, it's possible that we may feel bored to log in on that timings and to continue just online sitting and all. So first of all, for the number one tip for it, it's to manage your time. Though you are studying online, don't consider yourself that kids online. Be strict with your time slots, be strict with your routine. So maintain routine, manage your time, then stay away from screens during the breaks. So possibly you must be having the breaks in a lectures. So try to avoid yourself exposing again to the screens back. Then do small house chores in that. Do stretching, drink plenty of water, find motivation. Now everyone will find their motivation with different sources. Someone will say that, oh, I will just hang out, I will just see out of window, I will just speak with my friend, I will just sing, listen to some songs. So everyone's motivation pointers will be different, but in between the breaks, what you need to do is find your motivation. Then keep realistic and smart goal. I'm sure you must be aware of this word smart. What do we mean by smart is smart goals in terms of your studies I'm talking about. Though, so S stands for specific, M stands for measurable, A stands for achievable goals, R stands for realistic. Because sometimes what happens ki we don't realize our own potential and abilities, and we actually start exerting ourselves a lot. We start expecting too much from us. No, I have to complete the whole entire four topics of XYZ subject, but it's not possible. So be realistic, and just take some time over there to think in terms of your strengths and weaknesses. So that analysis also, as a student, you will get benefited if you do it. So write down your strengths and analysis objectively, and slowly try to reduce your weaknesses, because we, each and every individual, has strengths and weaknesses within us. But to set this realistic and achievable goal, one should be aware of their own strengths and weaknesses. Then only we will be able to know about it, okay, how to do that. And then it should be time based. So these are the important things that one should understand if we want to break this boredom that possibly is creating through this pandemic and online studies. Then participate in online classroom, again a very important thing. See, it's not like that we are just listening to music. It's kind of a lecture where some kind of interaction is required. So it's not just a passive activity that students should do consider, but it's an active thing. So participate in online classroom, takes notes. Notes taking is also very important. Sit usually on chair and table. I have to say this because it's very casual. We are sitting on our beds in bedroom. We are making ourselves comfortable. And then what happens in all that things? We don't get that much importance. How we used to sit in our classroom, like that only we need to train ourselves. It's all mind gym. So you are preparing yourself, you're equipping your mind for all good habits, or other than good, I would say helpful habits, which possibly will keep you away from boredom. Then keep munching healthy snacks. Again, it's kind of not munching kind of finger foods, possibly fried and all, definitely not. But some kind of healthy snacks will be helpful in this case to break the boredom that possibly online studies can create, because we were not used to earlier. Next slide, please. Now we'll see over here toolbox of studies. So I always say ki healthy mind. Now we already discussed about mind, what are the mind functions and all. Now we need to use these mind functions in our day-to-day studies or day-to-day activities, and that also efficiently. And we all know that ki our mind and body, they are not separate. I mean, they are they are the part of same coin. So we cannot separate them out. Our mind is situated in our body, in our brain. So we need to practice first healthy body clock. Then only our mind, in terms of our thinking, our feelings, and our behavior, we can we can healthify it. So my equation for that is healthy body plus healthy mind is equal to healthy life. Now, just try to understand this toolbox over here that I have created with this triangle. At the base of the triangle, I had written motivation. This is the very ignition kind of the thing. See, we all want motivation. Why are we studying? What I want to achieve. All these questions are very important. I always say them. It's my, what are your long term goals and short term goals, right? So motivation, internal motivation, external motivation, all these things you should be able to jot down on the paper. If you want to write down, because after my lecture you need to work on all these pointers. It's not just a lecture, but we will just create some kind of evidence based talks. So motivation is important. Then if I decide okay, I want to complete this MCOM in whatever the subjects, and according to my strengths and weaknesses and everything, if I'm now aware at this point with all these pointers, then what will happen? I definitely require my attention span. So attention and concentration, this is another second liner which definitely will be helpful for me in studies. Now how to improve it? I'm not saying ki we all are 100% all the time concentrate everywhere 100%. No, not possible. We all are human beings. So it can be possible ki at few lectures you possibly will feel very sleepy. At few lectures, at the time of attending it, you may feel your earlier beliefs related to that subjects may come into the picture, and you may feel that it's boring and I don't want to study. But then what happens? Your attention span can get fluctuate. So over here, what I mean to train your attention and concentration span is ki we have to do certain exercises on a daily basis to improve it. Even motivation, you need to write down your goals daily and assess it. So it's kind of the log that you will maintain with the help of these pointers, which will be helpful for you to stay on board. Then reading with goal, comprehension, problem solving. Anywhere you go, these are the pillars for our academics, right? Then unique, everyone has their unique learning styles. So some learners can be very good by listening lectures. So auditory learners are there, visual learners are there, kinesthetic learners are there. Now what happens with this screen kind of things is we are audio and visual only, no practicals are happening right now. So kinesthetic kind of learning is lacking. But still, whatever your learning style is, give preference to it and use that learning style to beat up the boredom and stay yourself motivated. So it's how you can build up your motivation if you can just improve on these lines. So if you see, motivation is at the base, and then attention concentration improvement, reading improvements, reading scientifically, then unique learning style, just try to understand your learning style and accordingly prepare yourself. And very very important is revision, memory, retrieval. All these things needs to be practiced on a daily basis with whatever content you are learning in your schools or in your whatever university level now, MCOM, right? So this is the general toolbox of studies. Now we'll go to the next slide where we will talk about, this is the healthy mind criteria for studies that we require. But what exactly we mean by healthy body? Can we proceed to the next? So when we say healthy body, we mean we need to maintain our healthy body clock. Now, what do I mean by healthy body clock? How can we build it? First of all, we need to exercise. What's happening right now is we are all sitting in front of our screens. So sitting has increased rather than physical activity, right? So exercise is very important. Physical activity, I mean any cardio activity that will last for an hour so that you will get a good sweat. Then it's mental 10 minutes exercise that we recommend for students is Anapana technique, that is just concentrate on your breathing. So take deep breaths and focus on it for 10 minutes. Another thing that you require to run your body clock in a smooth way, it's diet and water intake. So eat at intervals, eat healthy foods, fresh vegetables. Now I don't have to explain it because I'm not dietitian, but this is kind of the things that definitely matters when I talk about if I want to motivate myself. Then sleep time and wake up time also should be fixed. See what happens, we are so used to with our screens and all. So when we go to our bed in the bedroom, actually there is no need of mobile phones or cell phones. But at that time also we are so used to that thing, okay, we'll just check social media unnecessarily. So no need of this, kind of surfing on the net throughout 24 by 7. So restrict that thing so that you will get better results in terms of your sleep time and wake up time. So that schedule is also very very important. And why this is important, I need to explain this over here, because see, our physiological responses, our all hormones, also neurochemicals through which our mind interacts, right? Our mind interacts through neurochemicals, through some chemical activity. And if we don't maintain our kind of slots of eating and this body clock practices, then what happens, this neurochemical and hormonal imbalances starts happening inside body. And because of this neurochemical and hormonal imbalances, sometimes we do experience stress. So that's why taking good care of your routine, body clock is very, very important. We can go to the next slide. Okay, now we'll explain in detail exactly how it should work, how you should do this, how you should achieve all these pointers. So first thing matters is, as I already said, ki you should not allow yourselves to sit on your bedrooms, on your beds and all these things, because though it's online lectures, they are lectures and you need to train your mind for that basically. So your study area matters. We call it as ergonomics of your study area. So ergonomics means the structure, your how you are sitting, where are you sitting and all those stuff. So available is your study area. You need to check it should be available to you when you need it, free from interruptions, free from distractions. Does your study area contains all the study materials that you need for that particular subjects? Contains table, comfortable chairs, storage place, whiteboards, notice boards, etc. These are the very, very basic things. But you know what my experience in day-to-day practice is, we are lacking in these very basic things only. And then we feel suddenly that no, she's asking me about that assignment and I forgot. Oh, where is it? And then that stress can get piled up. So all these are the very basic pointers, but they are important. They are important checkers. Go ahead, please. Okay. Now, how to sharpen? I already used the word, na? Those triangular things that I had written earlier, that triangle that you saw, toolbox of studies. Mein. All these things or all these skills you need to practice. So, how to practice the motivation? For that, as you must be aware that there are two types of motivations. One is internal motivation and another is external motivation. So external motivations we sometimes can get from our friends. We as a friends can decide it together ki in a group will study something today. But very, very important according to me as a psychologist is what is the internal motivation. So if we practice internal motivation building, then it's a great kind of practice that you will do and you will benefit it as a student out of it. So how to do that? For that, analyze your own self talk regarding regular studies. What happens the most of the times, we give ourselves a concessions, a lot of concessions कि okay अरे चलो आज नहीं कल करते हैं, कल नहीं परसों करते हैं. Again, that procrastination is happening over here. But then if I consistently keep doing consistently, I'm not saying once a while it's okay, but if that habit is getting activated consistently, then it's a problem. So that's why analysis of our own self talk for improving internal motivation is important. Then again, as I said, check the emotion associated with it, because we do feel that अरे नहीं मैं ये बराबर नहीं कर रहा हूँ, ये आज का काम है तो आज ही खत्म करना चाहिए. लेकिन ये जो that awareness itself will start give you some kind of positive energy. And check your behavior, so whether that all these things should be helpful to you. Idea is that we should practice the helpful and healthy habits, right? And not the unhelpful one. So we used to take the role plays with this, different role plays. So what kind of role play you can do with your mind over here is possibly, on notebook itself, try to each and every time, try to write down your self-talk. So whenever such kind of thoughts will come in your mind regarding procrastination, regarding some kind of concessions and all, check yourself over there. No, how can you stop yourself or prevent yourself from doing that? And then imagine, visualize, oh, then what kind of consequences possibly I will get. So it's kind of cause and effect, but we need to train our mind for that, right? Then it's external rewards. When I say ki we definitely can get motivated ourselves by giving some rewards, praise, maybe some additional screen time, maybe watching movie, maybe whatever the thing you are liking, that you can do it. Then how to ignite this motivation, to list down short term and long term goals. So you have to be very, very clear about why are you doing that particular thing. So this why should be defined very clearly. For that, you need to list it down. For each and every subject you do this. Each and every subject ka analysis you will do with its short-term and long-term goals that you want to achieve on the basis of where are you standing right now. Then to achieve goals, overcome obstacles. Now, what kind of obstacles? Obstacles can be mental obstacles. Most of the times there are mental barriers, and mental barriers in terms of our own beliefs, our own ideas. कि okay, ये मुझसे नहीं होता है, ये मुझसे होता है. We have decided it. It's locked over here with no evidence. But we should be able to, unlock our beliefs over here, which are restricting us for completing that activity. That's what my point is. So to achieve goals, overcome mental obstacles, as well as I said, external obstacles sometimes can be possible in terms of if we don't, try to fix our study area, if we are too casual about our study patterns, and ऐसे मैं मॉल में अभी घूम रहा हूँ, होटल में हूँ और मैं लेक्चर अटेंड कर रहा हूँ, तो it's not possible. We need to train our mind to learn prioritization skill by deleting confusions. This is what the next important point is. Just give me a minute. Just a minute. I can't see the last line. That's what my struggle is. Wait. Can you just move it a bit up? Scroll it. Yeah. To commit, dedicate, and consistent efforts for goal attainment. Now, these consistent efforts, now you will get, or you can see it if you can build up the track or timetable. So, timetable importance is definitely there. Go ahead to the next. We'll see one technique in the next slide. This technique is very, very important and it will be very useful to you. Please write it down on your notebooks if you have notebook. So this technique is for deleting confusion and for better focus. So this is the additional thing that I'm giving you. It's given by Eisenhower. That's why it's called as Eisenhower's decision matrix for avoiding procrastination, because it happens with us. We tend to procrastinate, and nowadays this online में तो बहुत हो गया है ये. So how to rule out this? Make these 4 columns like this and write as it is, in urgent, non-urgent. Divide it with urgent and non-urgent, and over here non-important and important. So these are your clear-cut 4 columns: urgent, non-urgent, non-important, and important. Now, if in the first urgent may write down the 1, 2, 3, 4 as it is, and urgent may write underneath the 1 do, second may plan, third may delegate, and fourth may eliminate. So we have to prepare our brain for this technique so that we can use it in our day-to-day practice. Okay, now over here I had given you these 4 activities कि समझो अभी आप you can take it your any subject, your assignments कुछ है सबमिट करने की, आपका कोई भी सब्जेक्ट है उसके असाइनमेंट्स है, कोई प्रैक्टिसेस है ऑन डेली बेसिस, मूवी वॉचिंग है, एंड फ्रेंड्स के साथ टॉक करना है. तो अभी आई वांट यू टू डिवाइड दिस 4 टास्क्स into this. अर्जेंट क्या है, नॉन अर्जेंट क्या है, नॉन इम्पॉर्टेंट क्या है, डेलीगेट क्या कर सकता हूँ, एंड एलिमिनेट क्या कर सकता हूँ. Are you getting it? So we want what are we training ourselves ki we want to, okay, we might have 4 to 6 things in a queue, but I have to decide it ki which one from that is urgent and important. So importance should be given to the do, right? So urgent and important may always now if you just go through this now, on this I had written first is history assignment, second is maths practice, third is project preparation, fourth is movie watching. Definitely assignment में time है, it's time bound. So actually what I should do, I should keep that history assignment on this urgent and important first column, because assignment I need to submit. Then probably what I will do, I will plan my project preparation, or maths practice I will plan. I will put it in the second column. Third, project preparation, I can delegate some work to someone, right? So delegation wise, I can move this project preparation to third. That is, right now it's non-important and urgent. So what is urgent and important, on that point only I have to focus my all, energy, mental as well as physical. And then obviously I need to eliminate something. So if we train ourselves now into this four kind of grid, then what will happen? It will be easier for you to avoid procrastination, and some kind of productive action will happen. Are you getting it? So online lecture attendance है, but उसमें भी priorities, उसमें भी to which subjects I am weak. If you know yourself better, then you can just try to exercise with this kind of grid. It's helpful, and it definitely will avoid the procrastination and boredom, because I know what I need to do. It's very clear for me what's urgent and important. To that column only I have to stick. We can move ahead. Yeah, these general guidelines for improving motivation is: give yourself rewards after completing each and every task, some kind of reward. Introduce yourself for daily challenges in your studies, right? As I said, key that awareness or strengths and weaknesses awareness regarding each and every subject will be useful over here. Visualize the steps in completing studies and track its record. What I mean by visualization is visualize with the positive emotions or positivity to it. Oh, I have completed this much, and now how I am feeling. Then keep the record of challenges you faced and your strategies to overcome it. So everything now for internal motivation, what I do with my clients is I ask them to keep the diary with themselves and keep the track of it. Then obviously growth mindset, and we don't want the fixed mindset. So we don't want the language such as I can't do it or it's not possible. Rather, I would say that okay, it's tough, I agree, but I will try my level best to complete this, right? So I can stand it. So I want to inculcate the high frustration tolerance within me and not the low frustration tolerance. Can we proceed to the next slide, please? Okay, then makes, again, I'm not reading each and everything. You can read it on your own if you want. I will just keep it for 2 seconds. These are the very simple things, but if you implement it, then definitely it will be helpful. When you are done, you can move ahead to the next slide, please. These are too many things actually, but general boost up mind muscle, for that how to improve the concentration and all. We all know this technique of making it in the air. It helps. Then usually if you are righty, then use your non-dominant hand. It's actually useful. So to improve the concentration I am talking about, then random numbers you need to take and practice them in a forward and backward order. So that is also a good activity for your short-term memory. So what we need to improve over here is our short-term memory, so that over there we can revise it and then it can pass into our long-term memory for retrieval. So at the exams we all need that retrieval. Then take any brain booster kind of puzzles, sudokus and all. They also say brain gym practices may you have to use dance hula, that hula hoop. Then play a board game, memorize stuff on a daily basis, activities that you performed throughout the day. It's a good exercise कि सुबह से उठने के बाद रात को सोने के टाइम तक मैंने क्या क्या किया है. You have to just visualize it, and you have to maybe list it out. So all these things will be a good memory boosters. Then practice mindfulness. What I mean by mindfulness is you have to close your eyes and imagine that your all senses you have involved in that process and you are experiencing that thing. This is what is the mindfulness. It actually helps a lot because it will help you to keep your mind, I mean your thinking process, very clear. Because most of the times what happens, if we are not aware about our thinking now, then we actually trap ourselves in the negativity, and then we say that no, 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 this situation, because of that, because of this situation, because of that XYZ teacher, I am feeling like that. So it's never the situation, but it's our perception. And if we want to clear and get a better kind of hook on our perception and thinking process, then mindfulness helps us over there for better introspection. Then read long stuff slowly, exercise, engage yourself. We already talked about this factor in healthy body practices. Then practice attentive listening. Use mnemonics. About you must be knowing the mnemonics techniques. It's like Tana Pihi Ni Paza, that how the rainbow colors we identify it with the mnemonics, right? So use some kind of acronyms, mnemonics in your studies. Take mental challenge, solve puzzles, remember directions, and all these things. Okay, we can proceed to the next slide. Yeah. Another reading technique that possibly is effective and it's scientifically proven that it's effective is SQ3R. That is active reading strategy. What we mean by this, S stands for survey. First scan it, what you are reading. Then question yourselves, okay, why, what, when, how that happened. Then read to get answers for all above questions. Runner technique, we called it. And then another R stands for recite what you have so far done, and then reproduce and review. This reproduction can be in the form of written, can be in the form of mind maps, can be in the form of any structure. So these are the basic skills that you need to practice, roll on. Okay, next. Can we move to the next slide, please? Okay. Again, the critical thinking, I'm not going to read this. We can proceed to the next because I want 5 minutes to explain that thing. Next slide. If you do now all these things, then your brain cells will get activated first of all. That's why I had given the name brain gym to it, or mind gym to it. We already talked about this. Okay. Visual learner, auditory learner, and kinesthetic learner. So we should know our learning style, predominant learning style. Some most of the times it's mixed also. But then we need to identify कि predominantly I'm good at what. And very, very important thing that I'm going to give you again, the technique wise over here is, it's given by Ebin Ghosh, Herman Ebin Ghosh, a psychologist, and he actually developed this curve for memory, recall, retrieval, and reproduction. So you can actually, track your memory ka span if you implement this curve. Then the curve is called as forgetting curve, and it's hypothesized that the decline of memory retention in time. So the curve shows how the information is lost over time when there is no attempt to retain it. So your retention span, this curve will get you. So suppose you are doing revision of your XYZ subject today, and if you want to, just plot it कि okay आज मैंने उसमें से इतना remember किया 60%. So your job should be कि 60% के 60% should get written tomorrow also by that same timings. But what happens कि sometimes you will see some kind of decline in it, in the sense कि you will not be able to reproduce all 60%, but nearby to it, where 58%, 55% like that. So accordingly you need to remember, or you need to track how many revisions I should be, I probably will be needed to remember the entire content. So that's why he has given it in this way, remembered items, and notice how less is forgotten after each review. So after each review ka record you have to maintain. That's why review 1, review 2 and review 3, he has given it in the three things. So 3 times if we revise, how much content and by how many time intervals you are able to remember. Now what exactly the importance of this curve? Can we go on the next slide please? See, basically, we all know the general memory improvement techniques. You have to pay attention, avoid cramming, structured and organized, use mnemonic devices, elaborate and rehearse. So this rehearsal, if we just go with the tracker, then what happens? Ki our brain will get the signals. Ki okay, I have to concentrate only from this topic to that last paragraph possibly, or any paragraph which I am finding it difficult to digest. So exact pinpointed practice of rehearsal you will get if you start using this curve. Then otherwise all these are the general memory improvement techniques key for retention, better retention, retrieval. I am actually preparing my brain over here for holding the short-term memory. So I'm increasing my short-term memory and nothing else. For the curve is useful basically for that purpose. So in this way, we have to practice as a student. Means predominantly you are preparing now for your MCOM. So it's already a post graduation. You know few basic things, because I know that you all are graduate, and you know I have to do this. Everyone's study skills, study styles, personalities, memory spans, everyone is aware at this stage, I'm very sure. But if you just focus and try to maintain the record and logs of it, then what probably will happen this online learning experience also, you won't feel first of all it's stressful. And another thing is that if we get our brain trained for it, then definitely adaptivity or adaptation will be much better and stress free. This is what is the point is. So now I think I will be open this session. I will open this session for questions and answers. Any specific questions, please welcome.
Okay. It was indeed a very informative session. Anybody who has any questions?
Any
No,
your doubts?
No, thank you.
Okay. Can I go first?
Yeah.
All right. So, ma'am, since we started the presentation with self-talk, so many a times, like I believe most of the times it is self-analytical or self-bad talk.
Right.
So, because whenever you're talking about yourself, it's generally in comparison with others,
Correct.
and maybe not being good enough, like somebody is doing better than you and you are not good enough, and that constant feeling. So, how to, I won't say get rid of that, but how to avoid it?
Okay, now your question in scientific terminology, what we called it as a self-devaluatory thought.
Hmm.
So all these are, you are, self devaluing yourself. Your value जो है आपकी, you are reducing it by comparing only at looking at the best part of them. But if you remember, human beings are made up of, as I said, strengths and weaknesses. So each and every individual is made up of their strengths and weaknesses. So if I just remember this thing always, कि okay, I have this strength, I have few strengths and few weaknesses within me, then first of all, I have to accept, and I will start gradually working on weaknesses in more accepted manner, so more friendly manner, and I will not feel bad about it कि okay मैं ही ऐसे कैसे हूँ and उसने कैसे ऐसे किया, because such kind of self talk duration wise also, if you just keep holding and ruminating inside, then what will happen, probably your feelings will start changing, and you probably will experience low mood. And then in that case, what happens, as I said earlier, our basic tendency is that we always blame others for that. But actually, situations, they don't create any stress. You are going to study for MCOM, everyone is preparing themselves for getting better scores and all, but with different potentials and different combinations. So if I'm keeping myself aware over here, yeah, maybe my friend is having few strengths, ज्यादा strengths है मुझ में नहीं है वो, but she is not having the strengths that I have, so she is lacking over there. So this is the realistic realization, so that you will first of all reach to that acceptance stage, and once your mind will start accepting it, then you will start competing yourself with the healthy competition. So what we require, I'm not saying that we don't require competition over here, but we should train ourselves by changing our self-talk on acceptance mode for healthy competition, so that you will realize that okay, my friend has few, again that friend also has few positives and few negatives. So I am over here only now focusing on that negative because I don't have it. So rather than focusing on it, if I, challenge myself to acquire those skills, it will be more helpful.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Any more questions?
Any teachers who are facing difficulties? They are also.
No, ma'am. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I have a question, but
Yeah.
Zadav Shriram has got a question. Yes,
Uh-huh.
Shriram.
Yeah. Okay.
Shriram, if you can on your video, you just on your video.
Hello, ma'am.
Shriram.
Yeah,
हाँ.
bola. Yeah, I can listen.
मॅम ह्या ऑनलाईन लेक्चर्समुळे आम्हाला नंतर डोके दुखणं, डोळे दुखणे असं त्रास होतो. तर त्याला काय करता येईल?
आता मी म्हटलं ना तसं की जेवढं ऑनलाईन ड्युरेशन आहे आपलं, हे समज तुमची लेक्चर्स आहेत तर यू कॅन्ट अवॉइड इट. लेक्चर्स करताना जे स्क्रीन एक्सपोजर आहे तेवढं घ्यायचं, पण त्याच्यानंतर काही स्ट्रेचिंग एक्सरसाइजेस फॉर आईज, फ्यू स्ट्रेचिंग एक्सरसाइजेस, काही ऑफ स्क्रीन गोष्टी, म्हणजे तुमचा स्क्रीन टाइम आधी किती आहे दॅट यू नीड टू कॅल्क्युलेट. आय ऍक्च्युअली वुड लाईक टू एक्सप्लेन दिस पॉइंट टू एव्हरीवन. You need to usually calculate your screen time and then give importance ki okay, mandatory screen time what exactly is that I should not avoid, and then what are the extra hours that I am putting that are not necessary possible, possibly, if I just cut it down, it's okay. तर हा जो वेळ आहे ना की जो नको आहे मला वेळ स्क्रीन टाइम मधला, मग तो मी कशासाठी वापरतोय, आयदर वॉचिंग युट्यूब व्हिडिओज, आयदर वॉचिंग मूवीज, आयदर जस्ट वॉन्डरिंग ऑन सोशल मीडिया, तर ते रिस्ट्रिक्ट करता येतंय का, सो दॅट कंटिन्युअस एक्सपोजर वी कॅन रिड्यूस फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल. Because whatever online teaching madle exposure hai, that is the factor which is not within my control, that I need to participate over there, because if I don't, then it's my loss. हे mandatory आहे माझ्यासाठी, but what is mandatory and what is not, that we need to prioritize with our screen time calculations. And in meanwhile, take breaks, do eye stretching exercises, wash your face. It's a very basic things. Go and walk on greenery, but don't sit in that four walls, and don't dump yourself in that room continuously, because I can see many students now after their lectures, they are simultaneous on screens. There are multi screeners nowadays, so They are using possibly their laptop for studies, but they have phone in their hands. Now there is no need. Just focus one at a time on one screen. Don't be a multi-screener. That's what my point is.
Okay, ma'am, can I ask you two questions actually?
Yeah, yeah.
You just said that that teaching has to be concentrated, but then there are so many kids or maybe students, or for that matter, because as elders or as teachers, we don't see YouTube continuously, or maybe we watch it only at particular period of time.
Yeah.
Now, if you see on an average, almost every student views YouTube, and he is not tired to speak to a friend on social media, explore the social media to the extent. But then why is there a complaint only when it is coming to teaching or learning online?
First of all, teaching and learning, they are getting adapted to it, if you ask me. Huh? Earlier, we used to, they are trained for, going into the college, sit in front of the teacher, and that eye contact used to happen. Now, over here, eye contact is the major thing which is missing, if you ask me. Means though you are asking them to keep their cameras on and all the stuff, they are not so kind of, some kind of touch is missing. Another part is, ki, yeah, as I said, their mindset, it's too casual. If it is casual, then actually to bring back my concentration on the topic, it's a hurdle for students. Huh? So what happens in gaming or what happens with their friends possibly is that obviously it's a more kind of attractive for them compared to the studies. It's a universal fact. Means each and every student will like studies to such a degree. It's not true. So it depends on the, what kind of mentality that student is having, what's his also his environment, social environment, home environment, family environment. If the student is studying in the disturbed environment, then also it's not possible. And disturbed, I mean not only physical disturbance, but sometimes mental disturbances in family. You and me never know if there are any dysfunctional families, relationship issues in the families, then they also can affect to that child's concentration span. So we cannot label it, yeah, it may be your observation and it's very true. Why they are not then so much attentive at the time of that learning process. But we never know, each and every individual's combination, personalities, family backgrounds are different. So we need to
Yeah.
check on that.
Yeah, this actually, that's what, again, related question is that now, as a teacher, we have to teach whatever. We have
Yeah.
actually reduced the number of hours of offline teaching to online teaching. We have actually made it half to what we usually do. But then now, like, the point comes when as a teacher, I ask a question and I want a response, yes or no or whatever, and I'm waiting. Did you understand or
I do.
whatever
Yeah.
the things are there, blank, there'll be no response. So it's like, okay, once theek hai, two theek hai, but as a person, even I would get like a little irritated. Arey main pooch rahi hu, why am I not getting response? Means why is this happening? I mean, what could be the reason for this happening?
See, there are two reasons. First of all, ki ek to they are not used to for that technology, raising hand, showing thumb, giving polls, and all these things. So first of all, ek to we need to train. Another thing is that is strict kind of, some kind of actions should be there from the teacher's side also. That ki, okay, then you need to decide. It's kind of a bargain. Ki, okay, if you are not submitting, I'm going to immediately give you some kind of short test on the basis of this, and you need to pass to this item something. No, you need to actually, as a teacher also, if you are giving so much to the students and you are expecting that ki they should pay attention and respond to us, then such kind of small tests will help. So I'm just brainstorming. No? I'm just giving you the ideas. Ki just try out this thing. Ki okay, ask them. Ki okay, immediately on this topic, I am going to take you a test, a small test on the topic, and everyone has to appear. Those who will not appear, I will not allow them for the next class. Now, over here, students are also there. We all are sitting together in the forum and we are, finding out the ways, because I can understand. See, though you are a teacher, though they are a student, first of all, we all are human beings. And we all are experiencing such kind of drastic change first time in our life. So abhi it's just 1.5 years. So now gradually they will, get used to this pattern. Ki, okay, I need to understand. I need to react to teacher. I need to respond to teacher. Because otherwise, usual mentality is that ki, okay, it's okay, what she will do, if such kind of thinking is there na, ki what college can do, what they will do, they have to pass me. And abhi ye exams ke chakkar mein to bahut ulta tedha ho gaya hai ki they are finding it so casual that ki abhi exams hi nahi hai, chalo hum log to pass hote hain. So if little bit strict actions from teachers side in terms of assessments and regular small tests, if that's happening and if you are able to follow it, then I think this responding will increase. We called it as a positive reinforcement.
Yeah, students are hearing it, and this also has happened in many times in the classes. I give them a short case study, ask them to read it, and ask them to give a response. Out of the 30 in the class, only 1, 2 respond. My
So
next class.
remaining for next 4 to 5 days, don't allow them in your class online.
Are you all guys hearing it?
No, because see, this is how it should be. Now we are training. So as a teacher, also you are training yourself with multiple ideas. Even students, they have their own defenses, coping mechanisms, and all. But ultimately, the goal is clear. Na, ki they have to pass their MCOMs. It's not like that. Ki without
Yes,
participation, they are
exactly,
going to
ma'am.
pass.
Exactly. As when we were trained how to take your online classes, we were asked
Exactly.
to show them videos, make
Hmm.
your own quizzes. But ma'am, if the experience I feel, those are also redundant. Those are also coming out the same and same.
Hmm. Hmm.
I mean, then what actually new has to, because we take a quiz, yeah, maybe certain times they say it, but these are again coming back because this has become the way it is. So even they feel bored about it, and as a teacher, and if you ask me an experience, it's becoming the same with me. So how do I cope with this?
So parties, let them, give them responsibility. Name the student and ask him to present first on the topic. Do it ulta, reverse psychology.
All are hearing, ma'am. All are hearing,
So
and
rather than explaining everything to students, if you can try out this simple exercise, ki okay, abhi we will brainstorm on the topic first, and everyone should contribute into it. So give them the prior things. Ki I am going to teach in the next week this topic, and everyone has to read this, and everyone has to contribute. Without that, I will not start my lecture or something like that. Maybe it sounds like a junior KG class. Can't help, but sometimes we need to bring back on the track. If we want to come on the track, then all these things we need to first of all, trials and errors, madam. There is no
Sorry, ma'am, I'll interrupt here.
yeah.
Just like you just said, do the reverse thing.
Huh.
So when you try the reverse thing, the
Huh.
point is you are expecting them to be ready and come. So I
Right.
tried this in one of my classes, and I'll tell you the responses out of a huge class of like 70 people, 3 people read the case and came back prepared, right, for the case. Rest of them did not bother. So when I pulled out, names and I asked them what happened, why you didn't,
Yeah.
you had 1 week to read it. The response I get is, sorry, ma'am. It's such a beautiful word, sorry. So the minute
So
you say sorry,
hmm,
everything is off. It
hmm,
doesn't matter what mistake you
I
have
know.
done.
I
And
know.
we have limited hours of teaching. We can't, teach beyond a certain number of hours. We have to cover our syllabus.
Right.
It becomes very difficult then. So we get frustrated at one end that, look, I am taking effort, I am coming online, I'm
Yeah.
trying to teach. It's not, my teaching is not happening automatically. I'm
Hmm.
spending hours before. I'm sure all teachers do that.
Yeah.
They prepare for hours before they come onto an online class, and it is as difficult for us as it is for them, because we are
Correct.
used to a physical mode of teaching. But when
Correct.
you get this kind of a sorry, it's like you are left with absolutely no response. What do you do?
So in that case, did you inform them to their parents and all? Because we need to,
Ma'am,
those
these are
are
PG
post-graduate.
students, madam. At
Yeah, so they
18,
are
we don't
post-graduate.
really connect with parents anymore. They
And
are
in
22,
that case,
23, 25.
we need to find out the solution for it. And though they are PG students, if we suppose like we are assuming that they should be responsible and they should try to understand and they should be cooperative to our strategies. But if it is not happening, and if this is the entire new change for all of us, then we also need to find out something. So at least they are doing outsides in abroad. They are actually started doing these things. They are sending mails to the parents. At least parents are aware in the consents. So now as a teacher, you did see what happens otherwise na, ki you get that feeling of tiredness and stress out ki, okay, I'm doing so much but I'm not getting response from my students. So at least that guilt will not be there inside you. And other than guilt, I know that as a teacher it's your responsibility and you all are doing it with that feeling only ki, my students should gain something out of this. But if though they are PG, they are not able to understand it after so many instructions, then the only weapon that is left in your hand is nothing but to do this, so that you are safe in your chairs. No, this is how it should be. This is how it should be. And I know, if you are aware about very reputed classes in Pune, they have started doing this with especially 12th standards and students, because the students are not non-responsive. Then what to do? They are taking it in the writing formats ki, okay, come with your parents and submit us that ki you are not going to complete this assignment, give me in write-up. Because ultimately you are also taking you see, you are investing your hours, madam, into it, and your goals, each and every teacher's goals are very clear that ki my students should learn something out of it. And I think students over here, I think whoever is attending 22 right now, we are in a meeting. I hope the students will change from today onwards, because see, everyone is investing a lot into this process. So we have to cooperate. So cooperation is the basic minimum, what I can say, human value that we have to show and respect.
True. Thank you. That was maybe that's what we need to do now.
No, but do it seriously. It's
Yes.
helpful.
Ma'am, one more question.
Yeah.
What is a minimum retention time both for teaching as well as learning? Because we assume that we are more matured from them, so probably we have to complete the curriculum also, and we are more stronger on the brain. I have to do this. Kids, I can expect that they are not that responsible, so they can. So what would be the minimum time this should go on? Like the teaching should go on.
Yeah, I see. If cognitive psychology gives explanation to it, if we just plot it in the normal distribution curve, that's NDC, then 75% is what we put it as a standard. So 75% is the retention span according to me. Okay. Now upar ka plus and minus mein jayega. So that differs again on the basis of that individual's grasping capacity, IQ, everything means aptitude, everything matters into it. So that will differ either extreme, so either plus or minus. 75% or 70% you can stick to the memory span or retention span that we see.
What does this CogMed memory mean, ma'am? CogMed memory?
CogMed is the Pearson's company's program. CogMed, they have made this software 25 days ka program basically for adults, for senior citizens, because lots of senior citizens are suffering nowadays from Alzheimer's and all, so memory disorders. And one is made up especially for students. So 25 days rigorous memory practice with evidences. This software keeps the evidences. So what kind of practices? As I said, now general memory improvements. So we have visual memory, we have spatial memory, we have auditory memory. So they are actually channelizing and giving exercises to your various functions of memories with programmed tasks. So their tasks are there inside the software, and students will get the link. So usually the students, I used to practice in USA with Duke University, and over there students they actually those who wanted to give SAT and all, they used to come with this program package to me, and I used to analyze their memory improvement curve. So basically this program enhances your memory. CogMed enhances our memory ka span with this 25 days rigorous practice. It's kind of a memory gym.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Students, any questions again? Yeah, go ahead, Zada, Shriram. Go ahead.
हॅलो मॅम, क्वेश्चन नाहीये, पण आता कसं आहे सिच्युएशन की आमच्याकडे हातात पुस्तकं वगैरे काही नाहीयेत आणि आम्ही फक्त लेक्चरच्याच बेसवर करतो. आणि आता आमच्या एका सरांनी तर 700-800 पेजेस असली 4 पुस्तकांची PDF आम्हाला दिले. पण मग हे मोबाईलवर किंवा कॉम्प्युटर आम्ही किती काळ नाही ना वाचू शकत. एखादं पुस्तक ऍक्च्युअल मध्ये वाचलं तुम्ही 4 तास त्याला वाचू शकता, पण स्क्रीनकडे पाहत नाही ना राहू शकत. त्याचा त्रास होतो ना.
पण मग तुम्ही प्रिंट आउट घेऊ शकता ना त्याच्या.
पण सगळ्याच पुस्तकांचे तर प्रिंट आउट वगैरे इतकं पण नाही ना हे करू शकत.
पण मग ते काहीतरी आपल्याला मार्ग तर काढायला लागेल. मग ऍटलीस्ट जे टफ टॉपिक्स आहेत, जे तुम्हाला वाटतंय की हे कोऑर्डिनेट होत नाहीये, त्याचं तरी तुम्हाला सॉर्ट आउट करायला लागेल. सो सी, काहीतरी आपल्याला वे आउट करायला लागणार आहे. म्हणजे आपण जर असं म्हणत बसलो की ओके हे असं आहे त्याच्यामुळे मला हा प्रॉब्लेम येतोय, तर वी नीड टू फाइंड आउट द सोल्युशन ऑल्सो ना फॉर द प्रॉब्लेम. सो या नाव एव्हरीवन मस्ट बी, आणि हा खरा प्रॉब्लेम आहे की किती तुम्ही मोबाईलवरती देणार आणि किती आम्ही मोबाईलवरती बघणार. बट फॉर दॅट डिसाइड की कुठले इम्पॉर्टंट टॉपिक्स आहेत. ऍटलीस्ट फॉर दॅट प्रिपेअर युअर सेल्फ विथ द हार्ड कॉपीज. नॉट एक पूर्ण पुस्तक जरी नाही केलं तरी, किंवा विथ युअर ग्रुप डिवाइड द टॉपिक्स आणि थोडं थोडं करून प्रत्येकाने करा. पुस्तकं मिळत नाहीये तसं नाही. यू कॅन, बुक्स आर अवेलेबल इन द मार्केट, राईट? इफ आय एम नॉट रॉंग, राईट? Because I'm
Yeah,
not
books
aware
are
of it.
available. Yeah, books are available, and those who are within Pune can always come to the library. We have not stopped them. Only during those tough hours, I mean, those second wave and all, we stopped them strictly. But now they can come. Those who are close, they can come.
Yeah, so start using the library facility. Ask them, request them. They can give you for the copy. Just copy it once. That much that we need to do, na, the efforts wise.
That is in simple man ki both compromise. I mean, they also have to come out. They cannot just, students cannot just keep on saying or coming out only with their issues, but then they have to find ways to solve their issues
कारण
also.
काय होणार आहे बघ, ह्याच्यामध्ये नुकसान तुमचंच आहे ना. म्हणजे अल्टिमेटली व्हॉट टीचर्स कॅन डू, टीचर्स विल हेल्प यू आउट, ते तुम्हाला सगळं एक्सप्लेन करतील, पण वी नीड टू फाइंड आउट अवर ओन स्ट्रॅटेजीज टू कोप अप ना. सो हे सगळे कोपिंग स्ट्रॅटेजीज आहेत दॅट यू पॉसिबली, म्हणजे त्याच्यातून आपल्याला बाहेर यायला लागणार आहे. दिस इज सी ओव्हर हिअर युअर सेल्फ टॉक मॅटर्स. So if we just trapped ourselves with always questions की कसं करू, काय करू, कसं करू, काय करू, then anxiety is going to build up. But for that, how to reduce it? Just by taking simple actions. That's it.
Yeah, students, I think you should ask something. Whatever you feel like, you feel that you should be asking her. I think this is the right platform. You can get your questions cleared. If you have any kind of a doubt, you can please ask.
And please start exercising on a daily basis. This is what is my sincere suggestion to all students.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
what are the early signs of anxiety?
Okay. In anxiety, what happens? Usually procrastination happens in anxiety. Then you will see some kind of fears are there. Avoidance you will see. Okay, I'm avoiding certain things. Or maybe sometimes it is so severe, then it may get resulted into physiological changes such as palpitations, sweating and all, the small physiological changes. So we called it as a panic attacks kind of things. So these are the different versions, but the early signs, if you ask me, usually the person sees the future in negativistic way, and you will see his coping abilities has drastically diminishing day by day. And lots of if and buts ke calculations, awfulization happens, catastrophization happens. So, I Rai ka parvat chala mando, itna ka itna karna. So ye happens in anxiety, and that's how it is. So I gave that example during my talk. Ki if I know ki my exams are approaching in the next week, then I should not, just keep ruminating about ki, arey kaso hoil, kai hoil, what will happen, and what will happen, the answer will be negative only. And then my anxiety starts increasing. So all these are the mental self-talk kind of correction. So what you should practice, non-awfulization over here. So you have to see how it is not 100% bad. In anxiety, we pretend and assume that everything is 100% bad. And we start, losing our confidence, losing our copings, losing our frustration tolerance for that matter.
Okay.
Do we have any more questions, students? Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for giving clarity to our thoughts. I would now invite Mr. Baisani to propose vote of thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Riddhi ma'am. On behalf of the Department of Commerce, Savitribai Phule Pune University, I, Assistant Professor Baisane Parabatra Bhimrao, take the privilege of proposing a vote of thanks. At the outset, I extend my gratitude and thanks to Dr. Mansi Deshmukh Madam, accepted our invitation and delivered a lecture which was of a content and immense help to our teachers and students, especially during the pandemic time, which was force everyone to either learn or teach online. It was a pleasure to have you, madam.
Thank you.
Thank you for your presence. I extend my thanks to our head of the department, Professor Dr. Supriya Patil madam, for her continuous guidance and support to us. I thank all my colleagues in organizing the event and making it brilliant, successful, and finally, thank our dear students for their patience in listening. Thank you one and all, and I announce to here the program ends here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mansi madam. That was really wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Right.
We'll
Thank
be
you,
in
ma'am.
touch.
Yeah.
Yes, students, you can leave. The program has come to an end. It would have been very nice if you would have asked questions as we asked from the teacher's side. So